Oh, hello. Well, how are you? I'm glad to see you today. Of course, today is a relative term. Today might be tomorrow for some of you, but of course, it might be yesterday for others. I'm not really sure. And it's not because the days are blending together. I'm doing this on Monday. Some of you will watch it on Monday, so for those of you, hi, happy Monday. But some of you might watch this on Tuesday. And for those of you, well, happy Tuesday? If Tuesdays can be happy. I'm not sure Mondays can be happy. Either way, hello. It's time with Mr. Shelton. Look, we got a lot of time together today. Got to see almost all of my favorite students and the rest of them too. And just so you know, I've had to film this like 5 times because of technical difficulties. In fact, I'm scared that this might not be the last time, and it fills me with dread that I might have to say these things again. So much so that this might not even make it into the final product. But should it make it into the final product, know that for the last, I don't know, whatever number of takes I've done this, I've had Bluetooth feedback in my ear. Basically, everything I've said repeated to me, but just a little bit later than when I said it. And so it's made me sound like I'm slurring everything because I'm listening and interpreting and hearing myself too late. It's weird. I think I've got that under control, but now I can't hear anything. So I keep second guessing whether this is working or not. But you don't want to hear that part. And for the rest of you who are fast forwarding through it, fine. You probably could fast forward through this whole section if you'd like and wait till you get to the title screen. If I put it in the title screen. That's a big if. Look, we're all stuck in these zombie apocalypse together. And I would love to tell you about the old days back when I was a kid and I was in the zombie apocalypse, but it's never happened before. So I can't. This is all new ground for all of us. And although some of you, this might not be a big change in your whole routine. Basically, you love being home, you love being in the middle of your room, you love being by yourself. For some of us, the whole idea of going away and going to work is part of defines who we are. And that's a lot of you, actually. You might not know it, but you're coming to grips with it. So I wrote down 10 things, but I'm going to tell you 5 things because 10 is too many. 5 things I think you should do over the next several weeks. We know this is going to go on till at least May 1st to help you. It's not make the best of this situation. It's to help you be the best of who you can be during this time. First, I don't think it goes without reason to say that at this point you should break out the old day planner and create a schedule. I'm done scheduling your time, and so is the school. There's no one who's really trying to schedule things. Now, I have put together a schedule for when I want to do classes, but it's flexible. And for some of you, you've gone out and gotten jobs, and for some others of you, your teachers aren't really putting anything together. You need a schedule. You need a schedule for a couple of reasons. To make you sane. More importantly, you really need to put together something that is going to happen in a regular way so that you can be efficient. You still have things to do. We are still working towards goals. And in order to make those goals happen, you're going to have to finish and start and finish and start projects over and over again. Create a schedule. Time for your classes, time for your home, time for your studies, time for you. Create a schedule. There are lots of opportunities here for you to do so, but don't make that schedule start at 1 in the afternoon. Get up. Look, make sleeping in a luxury. Treat yourself to it once in a while. But have a schedule. Get up and get started. And try to make your days have meaning. Use that schedule to make meaning. You don't have to work the whole day. Make 40 minutes on, 20 minutes off. And look, I'm not trying to make this, about me, but put some time in there for things that you wouldn't normally schedule into your day. Like spend 15 minutes on Wednesday cleaning the living room. Spend 10 minutes on Tuesday cleaning your bathroom. I know, it seems crazy, but believe me, the people that you're going to be living with, a lot of them are under stress too. And all of you are stuck at home all of the time. You don't want to be trying to work when you look across the room and see a mess. It will make you crazy, and it'll take you out of your schedule. So build that time in. Build that cleanup time in. Make it so that you have time to do the things you need to do, but also make it so you have time to do the things you want to do. Don't neglect yourself. Make sure you have playtime. You're going to need it. Dress. Get up, shower, brush your hair, put on your makeup if that's what you do, shave, and dress. Now I know I'm in my pajamas, so it's really hard for me to have this conversation with you, but remember, today was pajama day. So, I lived up to the expectation. In fact, you're lucky I'm wearing a shirt, but it's pajama day. Besides, I didn't have this on all day. I've already been for a 6-mile run. Did you? Because my next one is exercise, and dress and exercise don't go together, but they both contribute to making each day happen. Get up, get your shower, get dressed. And then make sure every day you are exercising. Look, some of you are athletes. You need to keep your body in top condition. Other athletes are doing that. If you're planning on being competitive next season, you can't just throw away this season. Even if you're not able to do what you would normally do, you can still maintain practice. If you're a runner, run. Look, I know that not all of you can do your sport the way you would like to do it, but there are plenty of bodyweight exercises that will continue to keep you trim. You can use this time in a meaningful way. Make it happen. Now, the next one, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, so I'm going to make it quick because you don't have control of it. And this is number 4, space. You need space to do your work and space to not do your work. This would be true whether we were in the zombie apocalypse or not. I would encourage you to consider that your bed should be a place for rest, but your rest shouldn't also be invaded by your schoolwork. If you want a healthy way of being more efficient, stop doing your homework in your bed. Now, I know you're sharing space with other people in your house and you might not have full control, but try and find a way to create a place that can be yours for work and keep it off your bed. Leave your bed for rest. You have been forced to sit for 46 minutes and then walk for 6. Sit for 46 minutes, walk for 6. I already spoke about exercise, but at the same time, those of you who don't exercise now need to recognize that we were at least forcing you to walk for 6 minutes a day, 6 times a day. If you don't do that, at least, you're going to be in trouble. But in addition to that, you've also been having to go to classes with people that you may not like, people you might hate, in fact. You've been forced to socialize and be nice, some of you. Now, keep this in mind, you no longer have to see them, and that probably brings a lot of you happiness. But remember, there's also the other people that you would see, people that were incidental in your life. They were not the number 1 or maybe the number 2 people in your lives, but you were friendly to them. You might have to work with them in labs, or you might sit at the same table. Maintain your network. You will eventually be back in with these people. If you maintain your network, it will be easier. Otherwise, it's going to be like the first day of school in a school you've never been to before. And for some of you, that's going to be traumatic, especially those of you who got taken out of your social group and are going to be plopped into a new social group in college next year with 50,000 of your closest friends. It's going to be hard to go from seeing nobody to seeing everybody. Maintain your network. Contact those people. Just check. How are they doing? Are they getting the homework? Do they understand the physics? It's important to maintain that. And I'm going to go to number 6, even though I said there'd only be 5. Stop thinking that this is the end. Look, you juniors, you got to apply for college next year. And we've just taken away 6 opportunities to take the SAT and the ACT. That doesn't mean that you need to stop. The threshold for getting bright futures is only going to get higher. They're not going to relax that just because of this. And the seniors have lost it. They might get that test in June and they might not. But you juniors, you need to still be practicing for the SAT. Set those goals. Start monitoring the colleges. Set those goals. I can't put on the board anymore, what dates are coming up because nobody knows what the dates are going to be for anything. But you need to maintain your college calendar. You need to recognize you will be applying to college soon. And it's still going to be just as competitive. And now a lot of people have a lot of extra time. There are people writing their letters now because they know they have time and their parents are pressing them. You need to be competitive. You seniors, look, you might have your college already in hand. You might have that letter already in hand. But we don't know what next year holds. It's going to be just as competitive next year. And now you've been removed from your social group. Goals. Whatever number of scholarships you were planning on filling out before, add 2, add 5, double it, whatever you need to do. And if you haven't filled out any, what are you waiting for now? What's your excuse now? Because trust me, college just got a lot harder next year for all of you. If you don't understand why, just think of a couple little things. The first, all of a sudden, you don't know if you're going to have the ability to pass your AP exams. Any one of these classes you were hoping was going to advance your career, advance you into college, might not happen, might be taken right off the table. We have no idea and we don't know. Second, you might have to take longer to go to college now. We don't know if the start date's going to work out the way we thought, and we know this summer session's being taken away. You might need to consider that college might take a year longer, a semester longer. You need to consider the financial implications of that. Scholarships. It's the one thing within your locus of control. You can fill out scholarships. Well, this has been Deep Thoughts with Mr. Shelton. Now, I'm just going to sit back on this couch, recline, check out my new tattoo, which, by the way, it's finally healed. I'm pretty excited about it. Ready for the next one, but tattoo studio is closed, so I'll have to wait. Well, I'll have to wait till I have money anyways, so. All right, well, this should be about time for the intro scene, so let's begin. Somebody once said of me that the reason I do the things I do is because I lack dignity. They're probably right. Dignity is very overrated. On the other hand, trampoline. Yep, I have one. Anytime I want, I can come outside and bounce on a trampoline. Of course, it's this big. It's not that exciting. I'm not doing any backflips. But it does clearly seem to me that I am in simple harmonic motion. Yep, simple harmonic motion. And should I time this, and I'm going to, I know, I'm waiting. Yep, still waiting. And, done. That was 22 bounces, by the way. 22 during the time I was timing it, and that was 10 seconds while I was timing it. 22 bounces in 10 seconds means 22 oscillations in 10 seconds, 2.2 oscillations per second. That would be 2.2 hertz, and that was the frequency. Now, I'm not ashamed to say it, Mr. Shelton's a big guy. He's a big guy. He eats. He does. He likes his food. Today, quesadillas, chicken quesadillas with habanero cheddar. Yeah, habanero cheddar. Way on the tasty side. I almost went back for seconds, but thought, that's probably good. It's probably good. I should have gone back for seconds, though. I'm still a little bit hungry. But this is not a body built on saying no to food. It's a body built on saying yes to food, and therefore 100 kilograms. I'm not proud, but I'm not unhappy either. I want that middle ground. Happiness, yep, full tummy and happiness. Yes, that's what I want. Now, if you don't know why I asked you this, I would like you, with your advanced powers of today's discussion, to tell me what the spring constant is. Not just that. Spring constant would be nice, and I think you can figure that out. But I would like you to figure out the spring constant of the trampoline, and then, if one of you were to get on it, what would the frequency of your oscillation be? I'm confident that the vast majority of you are going to have a different frequency than I. But before you even do any calculations, I want you to think about it. Should your frequency be a higher number or a lower number? And I don't want this to be a small task. If you stand on there and you have less inertia than I do, will it be easier to move your mass or harder to move your mass? And with the answer to that question, if it's easier to move your mass, would that make you bounce faster or slower? The spring constant's not going to change. It's the same. The trampoline hasn't changed. So the only thing that's changing here is the mass that we put on the trampoline. And by the way, that's you. So I'm going to expect us to have this conversation in class tomorrow. But tomorrow might be today for a bunch of you because you're not watching it until tomorrow. But from my vantage point, it's tomorrow. So if tomorrow is today for you, then I did this yesterday. But if today is now and you're watching it this moment, which you won't be because I haven't uploaded it yet, then we're going to talk about it tomorrow. But for some of you, we're going to talk about it today. Either way, I expect an answer in class. In fact, so much so that I might be willing to call one or two of you out. That's right, call you out with mic on for you to tell me what the spring constant is, because we'd all be able to get the exact same answer. The frequency was 2.2 hertz when I was standing on that trampoline.